Doing it again. This one has a better screen, I hope. It's a thinner 2015 model. There's the connector. It's got the HDMI display port, that thing built into it. This time I'm going for a brighter screen, so I have a 10 amp adapter. I think I had a 5 amp on the last one, and I'm going to try and use the speakers that come with it. And I have a whatever this board is in here, it's supposed to, like, you can use them to connect. The kids have used all the hot glue, so I'm going to attempt to reuse screws and mount them on here, because I didn't pull them off on here, which is pretty good. This time I didn't pull apart this stuff. So hopefully the Mac can kind of be a bit easier, I don't know, to keep in place. Fingers crossed. So here's, I don't know, an hour or so's worth of progress. Speakers are back in. Luckily I kept those screws, both sides. I have used mostly some screws for each board. They're not touching on the bottom, but then I've held it in place with some small emu ties. So this one as well, it's tied on there. It's also got a screw through there. So it's not hitting the bottom and it's not wriggling around. The hardest part for me was to figure out where this cable went, and it goes into the one at the bottom of the screen there. So those ones plug into that. It was also tricky. These are off the speaker, and just to figure out which way they go on. I think that's the right way. And you've got to clip off the sides of that black thing to fit it in there, the black clip. And my eyes are shot, and I can't find a magnifying glass, so it was a bit fiddly, but got there. That one, it's kind of tied down and cable tied on. This one, it's just got a bit of tape behind it so it doesn't short out. I don't think it will, because it's a bit floppy, and it's just cable tied onto that bit there. So that's the loosest of the lot, but once the screen goes on, it'll probably be pretty snug. That's the power pin that goes out the back. Haven't figured out where to put that yet, so it lives out here for now. I think it'll just stay there. But I'm going to wire it up, power it on, and see what happens. So it's all back together. The problem with these is they're held on with adhesives. I do have another pack of adhesives to put it on with, but it's just holding there for now. Once I do up the adhesives, it's kind of game over for being able to get in there and change things around. We've got power. Turn him on and see what happens. Nothing. Now the power's gone out. Oh, power. I'd say I've reversed the pins. Here. That's how the instructions it comes with, the backlight pins. I'll give it a change. Alright, reverse the pins. Still nothing. Well, this might have to wait for another day. As I say, it comes on. There you go, no signal. Well, it works. So I did have the polarity crossed over on the backlight. So I'll give it a sound test. I'll give it a HDMI test. And then clean it up and get these stickers back on the screen before it slides off. Well, here we go. Picture looks really good. It's only in 1080p currently because it's spinning through from my little Android box with a pretty low streaming quality. I don't have sound. I've tried a few different things and I can't figure out the sound. I kind of wasn't expecting it to work. And I'll do a bit of troubleshooting before I seal it all up. I might write to the seller and say, hey, what's going on? But the screen looks really good. The reason I wanted to try this screen is because I've been doing some color sensitive work and the other screen can be a little bit dim and the colors are a little bit yellow, and that's because with those old Macs the screens can yellow a bit. This one, I think it might be a 2013, but these screens they don't yellow like the other ones. So hopefully this one's a bit brighter and a bit better with the colors. Could even try putting in a 10 amp one of these on the other one to see if it gets a bit brighter instead of the 5 amp that's on it. But really not bad. I got the iMac for $40. It was done up as a Windows computer, so like a 3rd gen i5 with some RAM in it and you know, all bits and pieces. And I got all the gear from AliExpress for $40 as well. So not bad for a 1440p screen. Be good if I can get the sound to work. Well, here we are, all working. You can see I've put bits of tape around here because I was sick of the screen falling forwards and freaking me out. The sound has some settings across on the display screen, and I just had to set it to the right setting. It wasn't working because I had it going to analog instead of digital. So that's coming through HDMI from a laptop. I can already tell the screen looks a lot less yellow than on my other one. I mean, it was a bit yellow, but like I'm doing color sensitive work and I needed it to be not yellow at all. There was a problem where I had the audio pin. So this one, the audio pins go in that blue connection there. I had it in every other spot until it worked. So that's it. I was going to get a few bits and pieces to make it all tidy, but I think I'll just stick an HDMI cord out the back and be done with it. I'll just move it into the study and use it for now. So that's it. So here it is in the study. It looks pretty good compared to the other one. The whites are a lot whiter. There's a couple of areas on it, that little bit there. And there's another little one down here I've noticed. Down there. I don't really want to pull the glass off to try and clean it. But it would probably be possible. But all up, I'm quite happy with that. Sound works. Not too bad at all for what it cost me. Probably about 110 Australian. A 27-inch iMac. It's a A1419.